Hey, everybody, welcome to BizChicksTV. This is the place for you to get tips and tools and strategies to help you take the hassle out of your hustle and to help you build a profitable business that's fun to run. Today is Tuesday, so you know what that means. The digital diva is in the house. Terry Johnson online from New York City is here to give us the latest and greatest in social media and digital marketing strategies. So sit back, relax, put your chair in their upright positions, get a pen and paper, and let's get to work. Take it away, TJ.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to this week's marketing chat. So glad that everyone is here. You're eager. You're ready to know what is the next topic we're going to talk about. Well, we're talking about optimizing your content. And if you, I hope you've been here all of these weeks of this new year. It's still new to me, 2022. We've been talking about your content strategy, your marketing plan, and I've been pushing content a lot because why? Because that is what grows your business. That is what pushes your engine online. If you're not making content, and we talked about this, go back and watch the replays, not regular content. Last week we talked about epic content and we talked about why you need epic content. I explained what it was, why it's necessary. So I'm not going to go over that today, but we're going to talk about optimizing that epic content. It's content is everything online. It's like I said, it's your fuel for your engine. If you don't have content, you don't have anything going on online, right? Am I right?
That's right.
Right. So you got to I'm glad I said fuel because every time we have these chats, things just pop in my head. So I was thinking about gas and gas prices. What kind of gas do you put in your car? You put regular gas, just ordinary gas? No, you probably, depending on your budget, you go for premium. Why?
Because the
Why?
because the premium is the better quality.
Yes, better quality. That is what you have to have today. Now we're talking about going into the metaverse and Web 3.0. The regular old gas ain't gonna cut it. It's not. And I'm here to tell you that this is work. It is work. It's work to do this. So you have to figure out, when do I have time to make epic content? And let's go back to, I was listening to some old Gary Vaynerchuk's old videos because I like to hear. So some reason when I listen to him while I'm working, it inspires me and I get things I think about. And he was bringing up something he said to, I forgot who he said who he said it to, and it was like he said, don't document, not create.
Yes.
And if you don't understand what that is, that means that you don't put too much effort into your content. That sounds weird, but he's saying like don't overly produce it. Don't you keep it simple. What do you
Yep.
do in a day? Record that. Your customers, do they have reviews? Do they have good things to say about you online? That's what you reuse. That's called user generated content. So you want to keep it easy. You want to keep content creation easy. And I see. I'm so glad that another thing popped in my head. I saw a commercial last. I rarely watch TV, but I watched a commercial, and I forgot who it was. But it was a bunch of. I think it was some mortgage loan company or something. They were taking the lady dance. They were dancing in the office, tick tock, tick. And I was like, no, no, that's not the right content. TikTok doesn't belong on my TV. TikTok belongs on TikTok, and you don't have to dance. Another thing that Gary says, you don't have to dance.
Mm-mm.
You don't have to dance. He has one of his latest videos. He does like a deep dive with small business owners, and they sit around the table and they present their problems to him about content and social media, and he gives them advice. And one of them, he was saying, you want to be on TikTok, but you don't want to dance. You don't
No.
want to dance for some reason. And I think this is a certain age crowd. They think TikTok is dancing, that you have to get on and dance. No, get on and be you. And
Right.
he said that TikTok now is trending 40 and up. Did anybody know that? I did.
Yeah, TikTok has been putting their commercials out, um, featuring some of their TikTok users lately. And I was
Right.
thinking to myself, okay, who is this? We all saw the commercial with Martha Stewart and the girl in the where she had an other apartment on the other side of her
Yeah,
wall.
that was yeah.
That
Yeah.
was now that was genius as far as getting people drawn in. More users probably got on TikTok just to find out what was on the other side of that wall.
Right. Curiosity. Again, that's
Hmm.
part of entertainment. And I said your content has to educate, inspire, entertain. It has to get attention. And you don't do it by, oh, this the dance. If you're not a dancer, don't dance. And this one person I follow everywhere, and they're on TikTok now, and they're doing weird stuff. And I'm like, you're not a dancer. Why are you doing that? Come on here and talk about SEO. But you
Right.
don't have to dance to tell me about SEO, because that's not your market. Your market is 40 and up.
So when you talked about documenting versus creating the content, that one commercial on TikTok, she documented what happened to her, about how she felt air coming from the window and stuff. She was documenting.
She
She
told the
didn't
story. She told
she
the
told the
story.
story.
That's it.
And everybody was all intrigued with the story. I wonder, where is this going? Is she gonna go back behind the wall?
I
Is she
wonder
gonna
what's gonna happen.
right? She told the story and people were engaged.
Yes,
She optimized her content
yes, yes.
because we
Because
didn't
she told
want.
the story.
Yeah,
Go
do
ahead.
we? I wasn't too much interested in the whole boyfriend story or whatever was happening over there, but the apartment behind the wall,
That was something. Because
right?
when do you ever hear about that? Especially, well, in New York, that's pretty kind of standard, but because of the age of the buildings and the landlords,
Right,
when they get buildings like that, they were huge apartments, they cut them up into smaller parts. But that kind of thing is like, we see it in New York, but not a lot. So that's why it didn't shock me at all. But to someone who doesn't live here, it's shocking.
right. Now, see, for us, if I were to take you underground in Sacramento
Right.
and the whole city that is underground
Underground.
here, and you would be like, what? Yeah,
Yeah.
there is actually another part of the city that's underground.
See,
And
that would fascinate me because I'm on the opposite coast. So I was like, we don't have a lot of underground stuff except for the subway. That would fascinate me.
right.
And
So,
you would go under and tell the story of why it's here, how did it happen, what's the all of that. And that's
so
content.
yeah, so I'm thinking, okay, tell the story. Tell us a story.
Tell the story. And it's
Right,
not once upon a time. It is a storytelling is truthful and it's documented. It's not okay. Well, you're gonna set up on here, and I'm gonna set the camera up, and you're gonna run up and say that kind of stuff. Yeah, there is a market for that. Those are, I call them those are the Gen Z influencers that they set up trick shots and all that. That's not what business owners should be doing.
mm-mm.
Trick shots and all that. Who got the time? If you've got time, or you got the budget to pay somebody to do that and it works, do it. But we're talking about your content that's organic, that you're doing it naturally because you want to attract an audience that becomes a customer.
Mm.
That's what your purpose, your optimizing your content for. You're doing that. So and then later on I'm going to talk about social media optimization and all of that, but I want to keep it simple. You're doing content because you want to attract the audience. And I was listening to Mario Armstrong on his Instagram. He does an Instagram live uh noon Eastern time, I think every day or every other day. And I missed his from last week or something. So I watched the replays because when he said something, I'm like, I want to listen. So he was talking about Kanye West documentary, which I saw. I think it's on Netflix. And
Yeah.
I saw it. I said, oh, I'm gonna watch that later. But he broke it down, and it's gonna be 3 parts. He did part one where he was talking about how Kanye was doing stuff and nobody was feeling it at the beginning because he was a producer and he wanted to be a rapper. And everybody was like, no, this and that. And he's saying that you he was talking about you have to have you can't change yourself or your content to meet, well, I gotta fit the audience, or I gotta, whatever the feedback you're getting. He said you gotta do you, because it may be the wrong time that you're hitting with your content, with who you are. So he was
Right.
saying like Kanye was trying to convince them of something, and they were like, nah, we're not feeling that. But this was in the early days when he was with I think it was with Rockefeller Records. This was early, like his early out, like before he started doing his album. So it was a while back. It wasn't the Kanye we have today. So see, he was trying to convince. I forgot how Mario said it. He said you don't make people eat something if they don't want it. Basically like that. Like you have to give the audience, it has to be the right audience. And if you're trying something, and it doesn't work, he's saying don't tweak what you're doing. It's not the right time or the right audience, but you can't make them consume it. Kind of like what he was saying. And I was like, that was good.
That's really good. So you're not changing who you are. You're waiting for the audience to catch up to you.
That's it. That's what he was saying. Basically, the audience has to catch up to you. So he's saying Kanye was ahead of his time, because this is what 20 years ago, whatever it was. And he was saying, I don't want to produce, I want to rap. And the message wasn't hitting with the audience at the time because he was known as the producer. So I say that to say that you produce your content as you are. Getting back to TikTok, if you're not a dancer, please don't dance. We've given lots of explanations. There's older folks on TikTok, there's doctors, nurses, lawyers, there's everything there. Because it's all content topic based. It's not who you follow.
Right.
So if you like a particular topic and you go to TikTok, search for it and watch the videos of TikTok. Next time we'll serve it to you. So that's serving your audience. That's optimizing the content.
Yep.
Everybody's not your audience. Everybody's not your customer. So you got to say, hey, I want, Facebook has 2 point whatever billion users. I want all of those people to buy from me. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen because those people aren't interested in what you have to offer. So you got to optimize your content to hit the right target audience. We talked about the details of finding that. And when those two things meet, it's like magnets. It just comes together. So that's why it's not hard. Once you do all the groundwork, the legwork, and that's what we've been laying since December, I was giving you the legwork. You make the plan, you make the strategy. These are the parts. And once you do that, you don't have to do it all over again. You might have to fine tune it, but the work is done. Once they build the highway, what do? You travel on it.
You just drive the car on it.
You drive the car, and guess what? Do they build the highway every year? No, they go and they look at it and inspect it. And that's what part of what's going on with the government now is like they're trying to put money together to look at these bridges, tunnels, and things in that because they've already been built. So now it's a maintenance thing. It's an optimization, making sure this highway is safe, that it gets people to where they gotta go.
Right.
Okay? That's what you gotta do with your content. Your content has to drive people to what? Your own media. That's your website. That's your email list.
Yes.
Facebook ain't your own media. TikTok ain't your own media.
Nope.
Instagram. You don't own that. So why you go ahead.
And the thing is, we have seen it's gone down. Both of them have gone down before.
Yeah, all of them.
And we're talking LinkedIn, everybody that you gotta see for free. It's not gonna work.
Don't get comfortable, people. Don't get comfortable with Facebook and Instagram and TikTok. These are tools of attention to draw people to your thing that you own. I said we talked about that before. Was your link All you're doing is getting them to click your link in your bio to your own media, where they get on a list to buy later after you talk to some more, or they buy instantly. It's up to you. But they have to do something. That's your call to action. It's great to make content, but that content has to work.
Right.
If you're in business. Now, if you're an influencer, that's a whole nother, you're in this brand deal, sponsorships, blah, blah, blah. That's a different road. We're not on that road. So
And
a lot of this advice that you see online for social media marketing is for the influencers, and we don't want that.
no, because the influencer already has the audience. They play to the audience. And if we are in business, we are probably building our audience and our community. And you don't build your audience and community with the things that the influencer does.
Right. Two different things. And you have to see that. So again, TikTok, you don't have to dance, be yourself. Instagram, be yourself. Yes, engagement is totally down on Instagram, but there are a couple things you could do to attract people on Instagram. And guess what? It's hard work because you got to keep doing it every day. Oh man, I got to make content today. Well, if you do a few things like batch content on the weekends or whenever you have free time, do that, but make sure it's optimized. It provides value. It's something that somebody wants to see. Don't follow what everybody else is doing, because that their industry doesn't fit your industry.
Right. So I would say, like, their DNA is not your DNA.
No.
So you're going to get some weird thing if you try and do what they do, and what they do works for them because of their particular DNA.
Right.
Just like, okay, Frankenstein. You can't take the body parts out of the dead people and put them together and think it's going to be okay.
And reanimate it.
This ain't working. It did not work for him. It ain't going to work for you. You can't Frankenstein some stuff together. You got to be you.
And see, this is the thing. We have to know this information. Why? Because online is changing. I don't know if you guys can feel it. It's changing. Listen to the language that's being talked about. Metaverse, Web 3.0. That means we're moving into another level where, so it might not be social media, it might be something else, but you need to use social media platforms to get the attention, to take you to the next thing where you want to take your community. Whatever it is, it might not be in the metaverse, it might be something else, but whatever it is, it's coming. So you got to be ready for it. And don't go, oh, here's another thing. Oh, I got to learn NFTs. No, you don't. We're in the early days. So you don't have to know anything except just if you come here every day on the BizChicks channel, we're talking about what you need to know to run a business.
Right.
So don't worry about, well, they said this on the news, or I should know NFTs. What's this crypto? But if you don't need to know it. Those are things that are coming, and it's still the wild, wild west with NFTs. And all you hear about people making $600 million, and relax. Just keep going on the road you built, the highway you built, and you'll get there. You'll get there by running your own race. So that's what I mean by your content, that you have to optimize it, that you know the rules of, okay, this is what you do to make your content, but how do you optimize it to maximize the influence of it online to grow that community? That's what you need to do. You need people to follow you or to know where you are and know what you're about. And the best way to do that is online, and you have to be some kind of consistency. Post once a week, once every 3 days, once a day, however you want to do it, but have some kind of consistency so your audience knows you're going to post at noon, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and you got something they need to hear. Doesn't have to be every day, 10 times a day.
Correct. And when I was looking at, I was studying Instagram Live and stuff like that. What got me was nobody was consistently doing it at the same time. I'm not going to say everybody wasn't.
Right.
Some people were not doing it. So it was very hard. So when you went live and I was interested in what you were saying, perhaps I couldn't join in live because I didn't know you were going to go live. And
Right.
so, like you said, Mario Armstrong goes live at a particular time every week, and you can set a calendar to that.
And another thing he has a a text message list. Well, he will send a text message saying, "Be ready. I'm going live in 20 minutes or 30 minutes or at he has that. So if you get on his text list, you know it's coming. Because
Right.
why? Even though I know it's at noon, I might be caught up in something else and forgot.
Yes.
And that's happened a couple of times. Even though I got the message and what I got caught up in work and stuff, but I know he had something of value to say,
Yes.
and he's consistently been that for years. So I know if there's something alive that I missed, like today, I watched it. I'm watching it. I'm commenting. I think it was was it yesterday? Let me see real quick, because I made a comment today, and I think some of the comments were yesterday, but I still made a comment. Why? Because I had something I wanted to let him know that this message, as usual, as always, you're consistently bringing the value. Let me bring up this post real quick because I wanted to see
And
when.
that's what I'm talking about. So be consistent enough for the people to find you, and then notify them as well. And the whole thing is communication with your people.
Yes.
Talk to them, let them know what's happening, and you can let them know what's happening in multiple ways.
Right. So I think his live he put up, I think it was yesterday, because I see a lot of the comments were 21 hours ago, 17 hours ago. And I made mine 2 hours. I still made my content, even though it was like, oh, well, he did this yesterday. That doesn't matter. I'm watching it the day after. I want to put my comment in. Why? Because I want to let them know that I'm following you, and I appreciate what you're putting out, this valuable content that you do consistently.
Yes.
So when people follow you, that's what they're going to do, whether it's a day or 5 days later.
Because you have something, because we keep talking about this. This is since day one, we have been talking about that. Have something to say worth saying.
Right. Have it to say, worth saying, promote it, and you got to optimize. You got to keep putting it out. If it his So for example, his live on Instagram, if he wanted to today, he could take a snippet and put it on the story and say, "Hey, I did this powerful live yesterday. Go check it out." Guess what? It gets re-engagement. Instagram says, "What's going on? This was live yesterday, but it's getting re-engagement today." Why? Because you optimize it, you promoted it. So you have to do this work. And some of these tools, like Facebook has something new called clips. Is it called clips? I think you can take clips of your videos, your live, and put it in your story or your reel.
Mm,
Why? Optimizing your content,
right.
promoting your content. You're okay. You pick the strawberries. You just let them sit on the table. No, there's some more work to do. You gotta wash them. You gotta cut the little top off. You don't want sugar on it. You gotta make a dessert. That's the process I'm talking about. You've made the content. You're just gonna let it lie around and then
This is
get
good.
upset. Oh, I gotta make more content. No, you don't. Take something from last year. Use a snippet. Like I just said, Facebook has it. I think it's called Clips. It's in Creator Studio or business the businessfacebook.com section, the business suite.
The
I think
business suite.
there's a tool in there. I saw it yesterday. It popped up and said new. You can make clips.
Now they did. Now I like the business suite because you can post and schedule stuff right there.
Yes.
Instead of trying to dive in through your feed or whatever is happening on the other side, you can go into the business suite and create your stuff and post it. And I like what you do with your Twitter and having it go places. I'm gonna have to take a class from you and figure out how
Yeah,
to
I
do
can't,
that.
because I'm doing it on Twitter. I know a lot of people. If you're not on Twitter already, a lot of people don't join Twitter, like put up an account and tweet and everything, and that's fine because Twitter's aging out. I think my Twitter account was 2007 or something, so that's a long time. So I know that that's valuable content, but then I'm funneling it to my Discord because you can go on my Discord and then go. I don't have to follow her on Twitter. And that doesn't bother me if no one follows me on Twitter, or I've got enough followers. I put my content out. I know how to funnel that and optimize that content. I'm not gonna post. Well, I gotta post it here. I gotta post it there. Unless you got a social media management tool that does that, and there are
Right.
tools that do that. That will take your content and it will post it different places. Now that's fine, but usually I always talk about free tools or organic stuff. So business.facebook.com, the business suite, it's excellent for that. The creator studio, I'm looking at it now because I'm trying to find out where. I think it said something about a clip. Here it is, story highlight clips. So it's something new that popped up when I went into Creator Studio. It says we're introducing the ability to share a video highlight clip to your story, which could drive views of the primary video. We will suggest a highlight from your video, which you can quickly edit or leave as is before choosing to share. So it's called Create Clip. When you go to any of your videos, on your Facebook page, I'm not sure if it's in groups because I don't do a lot of group stuff. I do a lot of pages, and I saw this yesterday. I was like, oh, that's really cool. And it goes in and it shows you. It has the text, the what is it called, the captions, and you can click on it. It's timestamped. So you can click on a section and it will clip that video just based on the wordings that you select. It was really cool. I was really impressed with it.
Okay, and this is a good thing. Use that tool while you have Facebook and Instagram.
Right.
Use the tool.
And it's free.
Right.
Don't cost you nothing.
And get it out there. I like that.
Yeah, so you clip to your story, your Facebook story, and it tells you why, to drive views of your video. So people see the clip and they go, oh, well, let me go see the whole thing. Well, there's the link to go see the whole video. And there's not a lot of effort because editing video is hard after the fact. Because like you could do this, you could do a live once a week or whenever, and you take that video and you cut it up into sections. You got content for a long time, depending on if it's an hour. You got content that it can travel far. So that's why I'm talking about optimizing your content. Don't reinvent the wheel. Go, hey, I got something that I could repackage and share. You could do that even if you're on Clubhouse. Clubhouse has the ability now for you to share it out, to save it. You can clip it and go around and make this and make that. So you want your content to work. You want to optimize it. And that's the deal.
These are really good tips, TJ. And
I'm going to have more at
12. We got a comment here from Yolanda. We got a couple of comments, and I'll put that up there. We have a Facebook user, and I'm sure they're coming in from the group.
Right.
It says, good morning. This is very good information. Thank you. I receive it. You both are doing a great job. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And then Yolanda says, clips are better because people struggle to watch long form replays.
She's right. So that's why that tool is there. Take advantage of it. Whenever you go to Creator Studio, you go to the business suite and things will pop. Facebook will pop up little things like, hey, did you know? I was like, no, I didn't. I went and investigated. I was like, hey, this is cool. And then the clips you could probably download and upload to some of the other places, to Instagram.
Right.
Put it on Twitter. Put it on Pinterest. That's what you need to do. So optimize your content. Think of ways that you can make this content work for you, because you put a lot of work into it.
Right. So what the recap for me was, tell stories rather than just give direction. You know what I mean? So I'm telling stories, thinking of interesting stories, and they can be little micro stories too. Not you don't have to be big. You know what? Today I saw. I was looking at somebody's Twitter today, and they were just talking about how it was a short little story about how the person sold, their buyer purchased a home, and they got their keys, and it turns out it was their birthday. But that was a little story that was an engaging, very short, little engaging story. It wasn't a
Yeah.
video or anything, but I was like, oh, that's
It
nice.
doesn't have to be War and Peace. It doesn't have to be this big, thick novel. Short and sweet, as long as you get the point across. That's it. Get the point across. That's like with YouTube. They always tell you start with what the video is about. Don't go into this long intro and hey, no. People want to see what it's about or they're going to click away. So that's what I mean about to the point. It doesn't have to be a long novel. Hit it and quit it. Put the content out and keep rolling. Whether it works or not, oh well. Put out something different. Contrast the two. Look at your analytics and see what's working and put more of that out. It's really simple.
Yes, it is. Yes,
it is. All right, so we're gonna keep talking about this. Join me at TerryJohnsonOnline.live in about 30 minutes. We're going to go into more details. If you got questions, let me know. Also, I'm going to put this up because this post going to be in the BizChicks Facebook page and the BizChicks Facebook group to tell you, the post will be there to join me. Just click the link and boom, you're in the chat. So don't worry about that. So either TerryJohnsonOnline.live or the BizChicks Facebook page and the Facebook group. If the post is not there, I'm going to put it up now because I think I might have forgotten this week. So, a lot of things going on, but join me. We're going to talk more about it. I need your questions and your comments. What do you think about this, about content? Is it hard for you? Is it easy? Whatever.
I think for me, it's clarifying. It's getting more and more clear because I'm more and more clear about what it is that I do. That when I got clear, it became clear. And so if you like the content that you've heard today, you can join BizChicks. There's no cost to do so. Just text BIZ to 33777. Join the BizChicks community. You need cheerleaders. You need a coach. You need a community. This is the community, and you can join this community at no charge. Just text BIZ to 33777. Come on in, and then we have a little free PDF for you on standard operating procedures for success. You get great content here, great information from TJ every Tuesday. Then others throughout the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We got something for you every day to keep the hassle out of your hustle and it can help you build a profitable business that's fun to run. So come back again tomorrow with Coach Karen, and then we'll see TJ in just about 30 minutes.
Yeah. So 9 a.m. Pacific time, 12 p.m. Eastern time. So join me.
We're looking forward to seeing you over there.
Okay.
And I'm standing in for Terry today, and she'll be back next Tuesday. But thank you so much. And remember to go to the front of your own line.
Yep. Bye, everybody.
See you in 30.